for a house? Or how close is that Zestimate if you're looking to sell your home? That's what we're going to talk about today. My name is Amy Shrader. I'm with RE/MAX Real Estate 10.
I'm Kim Swann with Mortgage Investors Group.
And it's Wednesday at noon, and we do our weekly Facebook Live every week at this time. So we thank y'all for watching. If you have a topic that you would like to see us talk about, leave us a comment or send me a message, and we would be happy to talk about it on air for you in a future episode. But today we're going to talk about Zillow. And Zillow is probably the most popular real estate website that is out there. People who are looking for homes go to it. People who are looking to sell their home look at it as well. And, you know, I don't have anything against Zillow. They have made a lot of money off of that website, and they have done a great job marketing it. But a lot of people don't understand that just because it's on the website doesn't mean that it's accurate. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And I do think that most people realize in this day and time that a Zestimate is not an accurate portrayal of what your home is worth. Okay. And I have said this so many times to people because they'll say, but my Zestimate says, did Zillow ever come to your house? Do they know, you know, that you have upgraded X, Y, and Z? Do they know that you're lakefront or that you have a killer lake view from your home? Zillow's never been to your home. So there's no way they can tell you what your home is worth. All right. A Zestimate is wonderful if you live in a huge subdivision that has 250 to 500 homes that are what I call cookie cutter. They are all, you know, similar age, similar floor plans, not a lot of variety in those houses. So if you live in a subdivision like that, the Zestimate's probably pretty accurate because the Zestimate takes and averages out based on homes in your immediate area that have sold. This is what your house is worth based on your square footage. Okay. We don't have those here in Morristown. I don't know of any subdivisions we have that are that big. And so, you know, when Zillow is looking at homes that have sold around yours, you all know as well as I do that, you know, you can get out in the county around here and you drive down the road and you pass a single wide, you pass a double wide, you may pass a $250,000 house, you may pass a $500,000 house. You go out Kibbles Ridge and you got, you know, $3 or $4 million house sitting right there across from Ingalls. So that's why Zillow doesn't work here, is because there's such a variety of property types in a small area that, you know, it doesn't differentiate between those. Okay. So that's the first thing, is that even if you're looking for a house and you see that the Zestimate is, you know, X and it's listed at Y and you're thinking, well, they're way too overpriced, they may not be. That's why you need to talk to a real estate agent and let them help you determine if the house is priced correctly or not. So that's the first thing, is don't always believe the Zestimate, because here in East Tennessee, it's not worth piece of paper it's written on. The second thing that you need to know about Zillow, especially if you're a buyer and you're looking at homes, that information is not always 100% accurate, okay? I encourage people that are working with me as a buyer to go to Realtor.com, because Realtor.com is tied directly into our MLS, and it gets updated every 15 minutes. So as soon as a home goes under contract, you know, it will get pushed out. And I say as soon as it goes under contract, once the MLS is updated that home has went under contract, then within 15 to 30 minutes, Realtor.com is going to be updated as well to show that home is now pending. Zillow, for whatever reason, sometimes lags. You know, I've had people call me and the house has been under contract for 2 weeks, but it's still showing active on Zillow. I've had people call me about looking at a house that they found on Zillow and it's not even listed, or it sold 6 months ago, or it sold a year ago. So for whatever reason, you know, Zillow is not directly tied to the MLS, so it's not always the most accurate and up-to-date information when it comes to homes that are available. Another thing that they will do is they search public records. And if someone receives a notice of default or a notice of acceleration on their mortgage, they will put that home in what's termed a pre-foreclosure status on Zillow. Okay. I have people call and they see these homes and they think they're for sale. And I'm like, yeah, they're not for sale. And they'll even put on there usually when the courthouse sale date and things like that is. You're not going to be able to purchase a home off the courthouse steps unless you have cash money in hand. So don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the pre-foreclosures that you see on Zillow, because normally those homes are not actually for sale. Those people are in distress on their mortgage and the foreclosure process has started. And you know as well as I do that once a home goes into foreclosure, it could be 6 months, it could be 12 months, it could be 2 years before those homes actually come on the market as available.
Could pay out that, right? Could catch that up. Because I've had the same question. They called me and said it says pre-foreclosure, and I didn't know what that meant. So I've learned something new.
Well, good. Glad I could help out. And now Kim's going to talk to us a little bit about the payment that you will see advertised on a Zillow home.
Right. Yeah, Zillow, we were looking at one earlier, and, they'll give you a monthly payment amount. Well, first of all is they don't, most all the payments that they're going to show you on there is if you're paying 20% down. And of course, another thing they don't take into consideration is your credit score. As we know now that, credit scores and are tied to your interest rate. So the better the credit score, the better the interest rate you're going to get. So that plays a part in it too. Another thing that they do, I think they may pull the property tax information. So they show property taxes on there, but the thing they don't know, of course, is homeowners insurance. And I've seen that from one company to another company that could fluctuate as much as $300 a year. So the payment they're giving you on there too may not be the actual what your payment would be. So same thing like Amy says, get with a lender or get with a realtor for information about the home. Definitely get with a lender to see what your payment would be, because it could definitely be different than what Zillow is saying your payment would be. So.
Right. And, if you're qualified for an FHA mortgage or a USDA mortgage, you're not putting that significant down payment down. So that's why, if you look at it and you say, well, Zillow said the payment would be, $675, and you told me my monthly payment was going to be $700. Well, there's a big difference when you take that 20% down payment out of it, like she was talking about. And usually if you're going to do the FHA or the rural development, you're going to have that mortgage insurance on there.
You will have the mortgage insurance if you do those programs, yes.
So. And the power keeps flicking on and off here. So
in the dark.
if we lose you, sorry. So again, like Kim said, call a lender. Just make sure, don't look at that payment and think, oh, well, yeah, I can afford that. Those are things you need to be aware of if you go to Zillow. Now, like I said, if you're looking for a house, I would encourage you to go to realtor.com. If you're looking to sell your home, there's not really a good computer automated valuation method that works here in East Tennessee where we live. We have lake properties, we have homes with lake views, mountain views. There's just so many variations that it's really, really hard for an AVM, automated valuation method, to be accurate. So that's why you want to reach out to a real estate agent. Let them come out, look at the house, compare it to similar homes that have sold in the area, and then we can give you, a pretty good opinion of what price your home would be worth in the market today. So.
You wouldn't want to leave money laying on the table. You think if you use that Zillow estimate and your house is worth more, then you just, lost money.
Yeah. And I have sellers who, they email me on a weekly basis. Sometimes it seems like upset because Zillow shows their home is worth less, than what it is. And I just try to encourage them and tell them that any agent worth their salt knows that his estimate's worth nothing here. And, people who are looking for lakefront homes, they would be in touch with a real estate agent, because most of the time those people are from out of state.
Yeah.
So, it's just up to us to help educate people. So anyway, so that is the good, the bad, and the ugly about Zillow. Feel free to use the site. Obviously, a lot of people do, but just you need to know that sometimes everything is not what it would appear to be on there. So thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.